Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about the article review that I did for last week's assignment. And the article that I chose to write about is called Navigating the Paradoxes Between Early Childhood Education and Play by Ben Mardell. So the reason why I chose this article was because it tied with our material from earlier in the semester, which involved play in young children and how it affected them and how essential it was and all the benefits that it brought. So I decided to do my research on that because once again, I felt like it made a whole lot of sense to incorporate it into my my review. And so to summarize the article, it began by talking about well, it was more of a comparison between early childhood education and play, and it showed the correlation between the two and how it affects children in a positive way, talking about play. It, makes children develop essential skills that they will require for adulthood and whatnot. And it also kind of shows not necessarily the bad side of it, but it shows that it's hard for educators to find the right medium between incorporating play and following curriculum and goals that are set for the child. So it kind of talks about both sides, and overall it focuses on, the kind of pros and cons. And it also talks about Ron Grady, who came up with lots of children's books and that involve play, and he was an important part of the article. Well, he was mostly the main character in the article, and what the article was mostly about. Big part of the article was mostly about him and his books and his research. So that was kind of the gist of the summary. And then we moved on to the usefulness and applicability of the article. And in my opinion, I believe that it's a great resource, a great tool for especially for someone like me and you all that are going into education. It's a great resource because as an educator, it tells about certain techniques and certain things that can be used to incorporate play and things like that for children. And once again, bringing up Ron Grady and his books, it talks about, in depth about how his books were used to teach children how to read and also incorporate play into their everyday school curriculum. So that I believe that's where the article has its great use, and it's applicable for teachers in general, and I mean even as other type of resource for other things. But once again, as a future educator, I feel like this would be a great resource to look back on. So I think it had great usefulness. And overall, the only critique that I had about the article was one particular section where it talked about how play specifically affects certain ethnic groups. I felt like the writer didn't go in depth in that specific area, where he didn't provide much information or research to back that up. So that was the only thing that I really found that was could have improved in the article, but other than that, I thought it was very well structured.